welcome to this beautiful country where business meets future. I'm Samriti Grover and you're watching the Dubai Global Convention 2019 presented by the Institute of Directors. The IOD Dubai Global Convention was organized under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan, Honorable Cabinet Member and Minister of Tolerance, Government of UAE. The Ministry of Economy, Government of UAE and the Consulate General of India in Dubai were the official partners, and it was also held in association with Khalij Times.
The theme is fantastic because what business is here to do is for a purpose, and innovation's a big part of it. The reason I think our lives are much easier than they were 100 years ago is because of business and innovation. So it's critical for our development as humans.
Dubai Global Convention is a platform for raising some of the topics or putting headlines that need to be worked or become subjects for work streams.
The relationship between our two nations are very special, and I think you all know it based on the high-ranking visit that we have exchanged between the leadership of the two nations. The commitment that we see at the level of leadership between the two nations has been very clear. But also, there's this chemistry that works together between us as people from the UAE and also from India. So part of all of this, we are very proud to, number one, say that to be a strategic part of India is part of our future growth also. This is how we connect the two sides of it. Second, appreciate the contribution of the Indian community to the UAE and to the economy. And also it's very important for us is to see how we can look toward the future in terms of how we explore new fields and new areas of cooperation between our two nations. Thank you very much.
Business excellence is rooted in transformative leadership, organizational capabilities and innovative disruption. To set the tone for this Dubai Global Convention, we get you the opening session from this very gorgeous Hotel Habtoor Palace.
It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to the Dubai Global Convention, the 8th year that we are having it in Dubai. The theme of the convention today is Reshaping the Board Strategy for Business Excellence through Creativity and Innovation. So today the corporate landscape is complex, volatile and uncertain. Exponentially grooming disruptive breakthrough technologies are making the risk and volatility inherent in every activity. They are changing the scene are digitization, artificial intelligence, IoT, and blockchain, etc. We either innovate or perish. We need a dynamic strategy for creative, diverse, and inclusive culture. There is a need for a roadmap for market-driven innovations driven by aspirations of sustainability. And I wish you all a very useful and enjoyable networking concert.
Over the years, DMCC has worked very closely with this distinguished group of business leaders, and we value our relationship a great deal. Not only do we combine forces at events both at home and in India, but we also make it a point to engage with one another throughout the year to share ideas and ensure we keep our fingers on the pulse of international business. Within our world-leading free zone, we have created a commercial environment that is attractive to businesses and enables them not only to grow, but to flourish. I'm proud to say that from starting with 28 member companies in 2003, we are now home to over 16,000 company members, collectively contributing to over 10% of Dubai's GDP. If there was ever a living example of a city exhibiting transformational leadership for fostering creativity, innovation, and business excellence, it would be Dubai. We have always cherished our connection to the Indian business community, and have been proud to host some of the country's leading firms. India has always been a strategically important market for us, and I assure you, I see no reason for this change.
I believe in something in success, which I tried it myself. I call it, the English, they call it discipline. I call it constitution of God. Constitution of God. How God created this world. There is sunset, there is sunrise, there is timing. There is timing for everything. We as a businessman, we as participant, and trying to improve our life and improve life of everybody else who work for us. We have to be disciplined. Second, in leadership, I believe in that. You have to have consultation with your directors, with your people, to consult them and everything. But the decision, final decision, should be yours, not anybody else. We will continue our relation as friends, as a family, to grow together and to raise UAE flag higher and higher for the growth, success, and safety. You are our partners here. Thank you very much.
Conventions like these contribute enormously to boost our bilateral relations and provide us with a platform to network, deliberate, and take our long-standing synergies to new heights. As you all know, the UAE attaches great importance to strengthening its economic, trade, and investment partnership with India. Our strong ties are the result of the political will articulated by both governments and their sustained effort to work together for the mutual benefit of our people. One must remember that companies who seek and act upon opportunities to innovate in a competitive, uncertain, and dynamic business environment will not only survive the tough times, but also grow in the face of challenges.
This kind of platform are very important for businessmen. I think it's very important for networking, first of all, but also to give your approach and your opinion about the development of the industry, of the business in the world.
It's always been interesting coming here. There's always some new ideas that sharing of ideas and knowledge, and it's obviously a good venue for networking.
Only through discussion, only through dialogue, we can learn. And unless you understand other people, how can you appreciate them? And I think it's the best opportunity for us to meet people, understand them, appreciate them, and improve ourselves.
Now is the time for us to release the souvenir for this convention. May I now request His Excellency Abdullah Al Saleh and His Excellency Navdeep Singh Suri, Ambassador of India to UAE, to please release the convention souvenir.
We all live in today's world of disruption. Things are changing so fast. So the more people we can network, the more ideas we can get, it's definitely something that we can take away.
I would say it's among the finest platforms. You get to meet the right type of people, and you have also got the opportunity to share with you what you think, where the world is heading, and what can be done.
That is what IOD says here. Perform, transform, change, and later take the success in your hand. That is what is going to be the futuristic form of all companies, boards, governments, and corporates.
Time for a quick breather, but when we return, we get you more winners from the coveted Golden Peacock Awards. Now, we all know that the Dubai Expo will host the world for 173 days, each one brimming with new experiences. We get you an invigorating session on Dubai Expo 2020 and the potential and opportunities it holds, not only for the two nations, but the entire world.
It was an eye-opener for us that a lot of other companies have been doing a lot of things, which probably we can get involved. And some of the discussions of the forums did provided us a lot of information.
I'm really impressed by the whole convention, the participation, the selection of topic, and the lectures. The knowledge, in-depth knowledge of the speakers was really of the highest order.
To have such event to happen here in Dubai and to involve all the industries within overseas and also with the local market, and to be part of it and to share their experiences and knowledge, this is really something great.
My area of expertise is investments in infrastructure. What I'm hoping to do is to convince you that it's actually a very opportune time to invest into the sector in India. Attribution analysis of what drove returns, what came out very clearly at the macro level was that when you had particularly an emerging market demonstrating three things, one was growth, the other was stability from a macro and a political standpoint, and the third, perhaps most importantly, was ongoing reforms. India is going through a phase right now where it's obviously the fastest growing major economy in the world. It's shown a lot of stability, but what is really interesting about India right now is that over the last several years, there has been a set of reforms which are going to transform, they're already transforming, but are going to further transform the India growth story.
Luckily, I was involved with the team of Expo from the day of its inception. That tells you the heavy weight that we have on the international arena. I think eventually, by the time where all the premises are ready to be taken over by the different countries, the pavilions of different countries, I think we will be the largest in terms of participation of numbers of countries, will be the largest in the history of Expo 2020. Due to the deep, strong relationship with India, it was also important that the location of India Pavilion will be a prestigious, where it is known, seen, and noticed by all. In the period of October 2020 to April 2021, we're expecting more than 25 million visitors from across the world.
The Indian growth story has very strong fundamentals. We were looking at the data, and again, I'm using only IMF data and IMF projections. We will probably end 2019 close to $2.85 trillion, which means that in 2019, we would have overtaken both France and Germany to become the 5th largest economy in terms of GDP, dollars GDP. In terms of purchasing power parity, we are already number 3. And so you can see how India becomes a major driver of global growth and how this city is uniquely placed to take advantage of that growth, both by virtue of the entrepreneurship and the forward-looking policies of the people of UAE, and the fact that you've got such a strong Indian community as a bridge between the two countries. Given the size of our relationship and given the profile that India has in this country, we had a choice to go in the opportunity, sustainability, and or mobility sections. And I think based on the numbers that I gave you, what was clear was we had to be in the opportunity segment of the Expo. This is a message that you need to take back and spread, that there's a huge business opportunity that is available even in the run-up to the Expo in the year and a half that is still there to go.
With the world becoming closely connected, the global business meet at the convention was a melting pot of a plethora of opportunities opened up within the two nations, pitching for greater ties.
You address technology, you address innovation, but at the same time, how we can implement it and what are the enablement to be able to do it. So it's a very mixed and rich platform.
I think it's a fantastic initiative that the IOD does. Not only is it building a bridge between the UAE and India and strengthening that relationship, but also it's getting the best minds in the industries together.
We saw a number of dignitaries from different walks of life,
and this is an excellent networking opportunity and getting the new developments happening in the corporate world.
Khaleej Times was born on April 16, 1978, with a promise to entertain, inform, and keep our audience fully up to date with the events that affect their daily lives. More than 4 decades after our first edition reached our readers' doorsteps, KT remains youthful, but we've matured. But we are evolving not just to keep pace with, but to be ahead of the change, but to lead this change. Nothing that beats the fast-paced changes since the advent of digital media, the internet, and social media. We will leave no stone unturned or undone to what our original belief was, objective was, to entertain, inform, and keep our audience fully up to date with the events that affect their daily lives.
Maharashtra is a home to the largest inventory of the tourism product that the country has to offer. The state offers a wide range of tourism products like Deccan Odyssey, a world-class luxury travel experience on fields, Indian Institute of Scuba Diving and Aquatic Sport, and different kinds of MTDC holiday resorts. It will also pave the way to attract foreign investment in the sector. The state is also looking at developing helipad facility to start helicopter services to the famous destination of Maharashtra. We are sure, along with a lot of Indian tourists, it will also attract several foreign tourists. I am sure that the fruitful discussion by various industry experts will assist to frame new policies and attain all our goals.
The Indian businesses or Indian professionals and business people who are in Dubai and in general in UAE remain very, very connected with India and especially more so these days now that the Indian economy has been doing very well for the past several years and everyone wants to have also something in India. So this give and take, this sharing of knowledge and experience on corporate governance, on the best of the things in businesses, I think is very important for all the Indians who are living here, but also for all the businesses which are here. India-UAE relations have been doing exceptionally well in the last 4.5 years. And the bedrock of this relationship has always been trade and investment. We feel that this event is one of our own, and we try and promote this event as much as we can.
IOD for around 3 decades has been leading the initiatives to connect leaders, and for the past many years, we are organizing global convention in Dubai, furthering the initiatives between UAE and India. We personally thank His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan for his support. I would like to thank once again all the speakers who address us and share their knowledge and wisdom and experience with us, and to learn the best practices what IOD is doing.
Now we all know that the Golden Peacock Awards are a benchmark in corporate excellence and stand for agile leaders and innovative organizations.
This year's Golden Peacock Award for Lifetime Achievement in Business and Social Leadership is being conferred upon Her Excellency Dr. Sheikh Ali Salim Al-Maskari.
I'm profoundly honored, deeply grateful for this recognition. I never stop really to admire with awe the accomplishments of this leadership. The fact that I'm here today at my age, just simple. We always had a culture of gender equality. Thank you.
Moving on, for the year 2019, IOD is pleased to announce that Distinguished Fellowship is being conferred upon His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Al-Bana, Ambassador of UAE. Moving on to the next recipient of IOD Distinguished Fellowship, and that goes to Mr. Mohammad Yahya Qazi Mira, Director and Group CEO, Galadri Brothers, Dubai. IOD is pleased to announce the much-awaited Golden Peacock Global Award for Leadership in Economic Transformation. And this is being conferred upon His Excellency Sultan bin Zayed Al Mansouri, Honorable Minister of Economy, Government of UAE.
Way the government have actually been safeguarding this kind of relationship between the two sides, but also encouraging the private sector to be able to meet and to discuss. And at the end of it, of course, the crowning of the whole of this is actually this wonderful award of recognition.
So starting with the first award in the sector of government, the winner is Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization, Government of UAE. Next is for the sector of defense equipment, and that goes to Mazagaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, Mumbai. Next Golden Peacock is for the sector of engineering and defense, and the winner in this is Bharat Forge Limited, Pune. Next Golden Peacock is for the sector engineering and farm equipment, and that goes to Kirloskar Oil Engines Limited, Pune. Next Golden Peacock is for the sector of FMCG, and that goes to Imami Limited, Kolkata. Moving on to the sector of petrochemical, the winner in this sector is Reliance Industries Limited, Jamnagar. Next Golden Peacock in the sector of paints, and the winner is Wembley Paints and Chemicals, Bahadurgarh. We have with us Dr. HBS Lama, the managing partner of the company. Golden Peacock Awards for quality and training, starting with the sector of automobile ancillary. And the winner in this category is Bosch Limited, Bangalore. Now we move on to the Golden Peacock National Training Award. It's the sector of education and training, and the Golden Peacock here goes to Aptech Limited, Mumbai.
If you look at this convention, it's probably high time something like this happened, because it's all about innovation and strategic thinking in the boardroom.
Next Golden Peacock is for the financial sector, banking, and this goes to Union Bank of India, Staff College, Bangalore.
Day 3 of the convention saw a visit to the Khalifa Industrial Zone, Abu Dhabi, by a large number of business leaders from India.
The kind of reach, consumer reach that we can achieve, and the kind of information that gets generated in these discussions helps us also kind of, move in those lines of opportunities that we intend pursuing anyway.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Dubai Global Convention 2019. Keeping the momentum of growth and disruption going, we will see you again next year. Till then, thank you for watching and goodbye.